Hi, everyone. We are here today with some very special guests. I have the privilege of speaking today with Laura, David, and little Quincy, who are going to share their story with us, and one of our Alex's funded researchers, Dr. Elliot Stieglitz. So thank you all for joining us. So grateful to have you here. Let's start with you, Laura and David. Can you tell us about Quincy and how he's doing right now?
Here he is. He's almost 4.5. And quite spirited little boy. He's doing really, really well. We are staying home and he is really, really thriving. We're doing our best version of homeschool preschool. And he enjoys geography and he's tracing his numbers and letters, and so he's doing really, really well, and riding his scooter and roller skates and bike, and he's really, I feel like, despite his situation, he's really thriving at this point. So his treatment protocol, we started there, and he wasn't really responding. And so Elliot told us about the UCSF 500, and basically, to trust them, and we did.
So we started with some relatively non-intensive treatments, and Quincy's body just kept on telling us that our treatments were not working. And so we escalated from oral chemotherapy to low dose IV chemotherapy, and eventually high dose IV chemotherapy. We gave him very intensive treatments and nothing worked. He was actually getting sicker in front of our eyes. And right around that time, we got the results of this advanced next generation sequencing test called UCSF 500. And we found that Quincy's leukemia was being driven by a fusion, which means that two genes that normally live far apart inside of the DNA were actually fused together. And one of those genes was called FLT3. And this was actually quite shocking, because no child with any type of leukemia has ever been found to have a FLT3 fusion. But even though we hadn't seen it before, we knew exactly what we needed to do. We needed to use a FLT3 inhibitor. That medication is typically used in adults with liver or kidney cancer, but we knew that this was Quincy's only chance. And so we started this medication without really knowing what the safe dose was in an infant like Quincy. And we slowly increased the dose, and almost within days, he started to improve. 2 weeks after starting this oral medication, we repeated a bone marrow, and there was no evidence of leukemia. UCSF is a Alex's Lemonades Down Foundation designated Center of Excellence. And what that means is that we've received an enormous amount of support over the past many years to help find children the right clinical trials. Often we are left guessing what is the best medication for a child, and we go through different phase 1 therapies. But with the Alex's support, we were able to find the exact medication that Quincy needed in this case, which turned out to be a medication that's primarily used in adults with liver cancer. But this is as gratifying as precision medicine gets. We hear that term all the time. This is the living proof of precision medicine.
Oh, it makes me so proud and obviously thrilled to hear that. And clearly you guys have earned the title of Center of Excellence in Quincy's eyes and all of our eyes.
I mean, research saves lives. I mean, research saved Quincy's life, thanks to Alex's foundation, Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, and their support of UCSF and what they did for Quincy. Here's the living proof right here on the floor with a blanket on his head.
I mean, it used to be just spending a night at home was just like this incredible thing, you know. But you know, now it's to the point where, yeah, of course, he's meeting all his milestones. What's the big deal, you know? So, and that's really where we wanted to get to. So, you know, here we are. He's 4 years old, running around. I can't think of any milestone he hasn't hit at this point.